pawn shops under the microscope today. They sometimes get a bad rap for being a quick place to get rid of a stolen item. But they're held to strict laws, and today IMPD and code enforcement made some house calls to make sure those businesses are staying in check. Call 6 investigator Paris Lubell joined officers this morning.
And whether we've seen the TV show Pawn Stars or we've been to one ourselves, we all know what a pawn shop does. And the ones here in Marion County are closely monitored and even work with law enforcement all in an attempt to stop the pawning of stolen items.
Just have to ask him his info, his address and stuff.
2 teams, 10 pawn shops, all with one mission.
IMPD is just going to be doing some compliance inspections.
Keeping those pawn shops in check.
We can basically conduct a sweep and cover all our bases at one time.
From computer systems that track people pawning items to a valid pawn shop license, pawn shops in Marion County are held to a strict set of ordinances.
There are times that we have to look into that and we have to issue tickets, and they do have to appear in court.
And that happened today. The Marion County Department of Code Enforcement team says they had to issue citations to 2 pawn shops for expired licenses, something that can easily be fixed.
We look to work with business owners. We don't necessarily want to ever put someone out of business if we don't need to, unless it calls for that.
At another pawn shop, everything checked out.
So once you give me the ID, I put the information in here.
The shop's manager telling us they don't mind the sweeps and they work with law enforcement all the time to cut back on the amount of stolen items.
The people that are stealing are hurting the pawn shops, because we lose a lot of money by giving the money out to people that are stealing.
There's a lot of good players, a lot of pawn shops that we work with as far as property owners, business owners. So we really look to work with them to make sure that they are aware of the ordinance and the code, that they understand it, they understand the purpose.
Now, here in Marion County, shop employees are required to check photo ID and take a photo using this kind of equipment here that is in every pawn shop. Now, that's for a legal pawn shop. All that information is entered into an online system that police can search when after someone reports a stolen item. IMPD says besides catching people that are pawning stolen items, the system has already significantly reduced the amount of stolen items that people try to pawn off in the first place. Live in the studio, I'm Paris Lubell. Call 6 investigates.